Jax had made a career out of running. Running from jobs, running from responsibilities, and now, running from debt collectors who didn't think "I'll pay you next cycle" counted as a valid repayment plan. The problem with debt collectors on Vega Prime was that they weren't just human thugs in cheap suits. They were licensed hunters, packing shock rifles and with legal rights to collect their due by any reasonable force. And Jax had run out of reasonable options. He sprinted through the docking bazaar, weaving past merchants hawking cyberfruit and plasma knives. Behind him, he could hear the pounding boots of his pursuers. They were fast. Too fast. If he didn't find cover soon, he was going to end up in a stasis cell or worse, in pieces sold off to biolabs. That's when he saw it. A squat metal building with steam hissing out of its roof vents. The glowing holo sign above the door read, "Titan Laundry, full wash and fold for warrior women." Jax didn't think twice. He pushed the door open and slipped inside. The heat hit him first, thick and humid. Then the smell, like iron, musk, and fabric softener battling for dominance. Massive laundry units churned in rows, their drums large enough to wash a small hovercar. Piles of folded clothes towered on racks, oversized tunics, armored leggings, and workout gear the size of sails. Jax ducked behind a cart of still damp uniforms. Then he froze. Because across the room, half a dozen alien women were working, if working was the right word for beings who looked like walking sculptures of muscle and power. They were Titanesses, a species of warrior mercenaries famed for their size and strength. Each stood nearly 3 meters tall, with corded arms, broad shoulders, and skin tones ranging from emerald green to deep bronze. They laughed as they tossed sweat-soaked combat gear into washers that groaned under the weight. Jax swallowed hard. If the debt collectors didn't kill him, these women might. But he had no choice. "Think," he whispered to himself. "Blend in. Hide." He spotted a laundry bin filled with freshly washed gear, massive sports bras, training shorts, and sleeveless tunics. Without hesitation, he climbed in, burrowed under the pile, and pulled the fabric over his head. The smell was overwhelming, warm, clean, but heavy with the faint musk of women who could crush a steel beam between their thighs. Jax forced himself to stay still. Minutes passed. He could hear the Titanesses chatting, the washers thumping, the vents hissing. Then, the door slammed open. Human male, a harsh voice barked. "The debt collectors. We tracked him here. Scan every corner." Jax's heart raced. He held his breath, praying the laundry would mask his heat signature. Footsteps clanged against the metal floor, moving closer. One of the Titanesses spoke up, her voice deep and amused. "You're searching our laundry?" "This is official business," the collector snapped. "A debtor owes us. We know he entered this building." Another Titan chuckled, the sound like rolling thunder. "Do you really think a human could hide in a Titan washhouse and live?" The women roared with laughter. The collectors hesitated. Then the footsteps retreated, and the door slammed shut again. Jax exhaled, relief flooding him. He'd done it. He'd outsmarted them. And then, a massive hand plunged into the laundry pile. Jax yelped as he was lifted effortlessly into the air. The fabric fell away, revealing his wide-eyed face to a circle of towering, muscular women. The Titan holding him, skin the color of burnished copper, arms thicker than his torso, grinned down at him. Well, she purred. "Looks like we did have a stowaway." Jax squirmed uselessly in her grip. "Wait, I can explain." The green-skinned Titan leaned in, sniffing him. "You smell like fear. And my training shorts." The group burst into laughter again. "I wasn't stealing," Jax protested. "I was just hiding. Debt collectors. Long story. Please don't crush me." The copper Titan tilted her head. "You hid in Titan laundry. Bold, or stupid? Maybe both." She set him down, but her massive hand stayed firmly on his shoulder. "What's your name, little one?" "Jax." "Well, Jax," she said, "Titan law says intruders must pay a price." Jax's stomach dropped. "Price? I don't have credits." More laughter. "Not credits. Labor." Before he knew it, they'd shoved a mop into his hands and ordered him to scrub the sweat-stained floors. The mop was taller than he was. Every time he tried to sneak toward the door, one of the women flexed an arm the size of a tree trunk and cracked her knuckles. Hours passed. Jax scrubbed, folded laundry, and hauled baskets that nearly crushed him. The Titanesses teased him relentlessly. Careful, human. Don't get lost in that sports bra. Fold faster. These shorts are bigger than your whole body. But beneath the laughter, there was no malice. In fact, Jax noticed something strange. The debt collectors never returned. The Titanesses had scared them off without even trying. When he finally collapsed against a laundry cart, drenched in sweat, the copper titan crouched beside him. "You're weak," she said bluntly. "But you worked. That earns some respect." Jax looked up at her, too exhausted to argue. "So, what now? You hand me back to the collectors?" She shook her head. "No. You're under Titan protection now. As long as you work here, no one touches you." His jaw dropped. "You mean I'm safe?" "Safe," she agreed, smirking. "But not free. You owe us now." The other Titanesses cheered, pounding their fists against the washers. Jax groaned. He'd traded one debt for another. But as he watched the towering women laugh and flex, he realized something. Debt collectors wanted to break him. The Titanesses just wanted him to earn his keep. Maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the worst place to be stuck. Still, when the copper titan tossed him another load of still-warm laundry and barked, "Hurry up, Jax. My battle bra won't fold itself," he muttered under his breath. "Next time I'm hiding, I'm picking a library." The Titanesses laughed again, their voices echoing through the steaming washhouse. And despite himself, Jax found he was laughing too. Because for the first time in years, he wasn't just running. He was standing still even if it was under a mountain of muscular alien girls' laundry.